Good morning, everyone. It's Nico here with Texans for Safe Access. We're going to let some people join the line before we get started. But happy Saturday morning. It's a beautiful morning today. Good morning. I am Nico Murillo, and I'm waiting for a few people to join the line before we get started on our monthly member meeting. So be patient with us for a couple more minutes and we'll begin. Good morning, Christy. I miss you so much. All right. One more minute, we're going to get started. Everybody can rewind and catch up with us later in the day. I know it's early and usually our member meetings are in the afternoon, but we have a special event set up for you later today with Dr. Olga Obi and Dr. Dorina Doce. We're going to be talking about some veteran issues. So super exciting stuff going on today on this Saturday. Hope you are having a great morning so far. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Again, for anyone just joining us, my name is Nico Murillo, and I am the chair of Texans for Safe Access. And today is our member meeting, our monthly member meeting. We usually host those inside of a facility, but of course with COVID, we are doing it from home. So I'm so happy that you're all here joining us, and I want to go ahead and get started this morning. And I want to talk to you a little bit about our chapter. So I'm going to share my screen and go straight into a PowerPoint presentation with y'all, and we'll get started. Okay, so for anyone new joining us, I like to go over a little bit about our chapter and tell you a little bit about us so you can get a base of who we are and what we do. So we are Texans for Safe Access. We share the mission of our national organization, Americans for Safe Access, or ASA, which is to ensure safe and legal access to cannabis or marijuana for therapeutic use and research. Let me make sure I am. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know if y'all could see my screen. All right, so we share the mission of our national organization, ASA. They're based out of Washington, D.C., and they have been around since 2004. We were really happy to bring this chapter to Texas. It's a patient-focused forward chapter, and these are some of our goals in our chapter. So ensuring safe and legal access to cannabis means international, federal, and state laws and regulations recognize cannabis as legal medicine, that medical professionals can recommend medical cannabis, that patients and caretakers can have the information they need to make educated choices about medical cannabis therapies. Patients and medical professionals can incorporate a diverse group of products and delivery methods to create the required personalized treatment regimen. Patients can trust labels on products and that the medicines are free of pesticides and contaminants, and most importantly, that medical cannabis treatments are covered by insurance. So that's what we believe in, and we share that mission with our national organization. So currently we have a medical marijuana program here in Texas called the Texas Compassionate Use Program, or we call it the Teacup. And this is a low THC bill. It has no more than 0.5% THC. It's a high CBD, so it's not less than 10% of oil preparations. Currently covered conditions are epilepsy, seizure disorders, multiple sclerosis, spasticity, ALS, autism, terminal cancer, and incurable neurodegenerative diseases. The current forms of medication that are allowed are oral medications, and most commonly those are cannabis oil blends. Medications that are not allowed, smokables, concentrates, and edibles that are marketed towards children. We don't have a home cultivation program here, and currently there are 3 licensed facilities, which 2 are operating. So if you qualify, contact the providers directly. Now, the DPS has a list on their website, but unfortunately that website isn't working very well at the time. So there are physicians on those lists that just simply aren't participating fully in the program. So the best way, and the least frustrating way, is just for you to contact the providers directly. So these are the 2 providers that we have been in contact with. We have most experience with compassionate cultivation, and your contact's name is Rhiannon, and you can just you can call them up directly. You can contact them on Facebook, whatever's easiest for you. But you would go to their website and fill out the contact form, or you could call them directly. And you can see their business hours here. The providers will help you find a doctor in your area, and you will set that appointment up to get the recommendation. And then the medication, the physician will fill the prescription, and the medication at this time, it's delivery only with COVID, so it will be delivered straight to you, and then the follow-up every 90 days with your physician. So that's what you do if you qualify. You're just going to contact the providers directly. They can lead you right through the process, and that's a lot easier than going through the DPS's website and just cold calling physicians and medical offices to be placed on hold, and that part's real frustrating. So that hopefully will help you out. Next, I want to go over our financial details. So as of 5/1/20, we have a balance of $1,335.10. That was with a beginning balance of last month of $1,236.81 with some money that's held in our restrictive account. So that brought it to $1,281.81, plus the donation ends of $153.25 and our chapter organizational fees of $54.96, bringing that balance to the $1,335.10. So sorry about that tongue twister. We really do rely on donations for our chapter, and so we have set up a repeating donation option on our website. So if you can even afford just $2, $5 a month for a repeating donation, those small costs really help our chapter keep going and pay for some of those administrative costs. Some of those costs include, this platform that we're using today, as well as a lot of the small marketing programs that we use to create marketing and keep our listserv up. And so we really do encourage everyone that is able to go in and make a small repeating donation to our chapter so we can help spread the message. And of course, going into the 2021 session, we have a lot of goals for our chapter to help give patients a voice at the Capitol. So here you'll see that we have a link to our donate. Take a snap of that and make sure to give some love to our chapter. Okay, so upcoming meetings, all the meetings will be held online until further notice with COVID, and these are our upcoming annual calendar dates. We just missed Memorial Day's events, unfortunately, but Independence, we're hoping that the state is up and running by then. We don't have any plans for this yet, but we will plan something fun, even if it's just a social for our member groups. So keep those in mind. And then you can see our upcoming chapter meetings. The next one will be on June 6th, right here with me. And just make sure to find us online, txsafeaccess.org. You can sign up for our newsletters and keep up with our chapter activities. You can follow us on all of the social media feeds. We're not incredibly active on Twitter. I haven't figured that one out yet, but Facebook is definitely our most active. And just be patient with us as we move into this digital platform. So today I want to talk to you about writing your legislator. And this is really important for patients because most patients just simply can't leave the home, or many times caretakers that are representing patients can't leave the home. So writing your legislators from your house, this is a perfect opportunity, especially now that we're all homebound. But really, I wanted to talk about why you would want to write your legislator. Number one, it empowers you and it gives you a voice. And we all need our stories to be heard. It also helps you organize your thoughts so you can share your story and you can tell others. Sharing your healing story with others gives them the courage to open up and to tell a little bit about themselves. And so that's really how you get the movement going. It helps us change laws at the local and state level. So that's what it also helps do. And it helps you prepare you for any type of advocacy work you want to do at the Capitol. So some of us are advocates and some of us are advocates. So if you want to become more active in activism, you can definitely take this testimony and take it to your Capitol leaders. So, and it helps you become more active in your health choices, and that's really what we promote here at Texans for Safe Access: is being your own medical advocate, and being in control of your medicine and your health care is your right. So, this testimony will help you do that. So let's move straight into what it looks like to write your testimony. So the first thing is if you don't know who your legislator is, you need to find them online. So you can see the link here, https://wrm.capitol.texas.gov/home. That's one way, or just simply Google who represents me. That's the most easiest way to do it very quickly. So that will pull up a list of who your legislators are and all of their contact information, and you can then move into the next step. So these are some general guidelines for writing legislators. Number one, you need to try to find some common ground. Do you have anything in common with your legislator? You want to keep it brief. The letters need to stay one page, and make sure to do your research before you write your letters. Handwritten letters and emails can be really effective in influencing legislators' views, and that's really because it gives us really personal look into your life. Always maintain a respectful and friendly tone, and never use profanity or an aggressive tone. You want to be polite and very concise. Never insult your audience or speak informally. Can't say that enough. And don't argue your point. You only want to discuss medical cannabis bills in the letter and address your letter properly. Now, you don't have to write these down or take pictures. I'm going to provide these slides to our page after this meeting, and anybody that's wanting a PDF of this, I'll share that as well. So some more considerations and tips for writing your legislators. You want to do your research on your legislator and find something that y'all have in common. Like, how did they vote? You look at their social media and stick to 1 to 3 talking points. Don't make a claim that cannabis cures illnesses, and provide research links to any claims that you're making. Personal details allows the legislators to see into your life as a family member or as a patient. So be a little bit vulnerable here and talk about some of the struggles that you face in the home. That really helps give them some insight. And ask for the expansion of the medical cannabis bill to include your condition. That's very important. And lastly, include a photograph of you or your family. That always adds a real nice personal touch so they know who they're talking to. So These are some legislative talking points. So if you don't have a base to start of what you need to ask for, these are some great idea starters for you. So medical cannabis legislative talking points. Compassionate care and safe access should be for all patients, not just a select few. Opioid addiction is crippling our society, and cannabis has been known to be a safe alternative with no fatalities to date. Patients and physicians should have the right to determine the best use of medical cannabis and if it will help them. Medical cannabis needs to be covered by insurance. Removing cannabis from Schedule I status is necessary for patient access and research. Legalizing medical cannabis will create growth and job opportunities in Texas and will help us re-energize the economy. Okay, here's some more talking points. So patients deserve an all-inclusive medical program with no qualifying conditions. Tens of thousands of Texas veterans are living with PTSD or intractable pain, and they deserve access to medical cannabis. Medical cannabis may provide relief from suffering and improve the quality of life for some patients whom currently available medications are not effective. Seriously ill patients deserve access to medical cannabis. And the THC cap needs to be removed for seriously ill patients and palliative care patients. So those are some great talking points for you to start with. And if y'all need any more, I'm happy to give you some more. Contact us, give us a personal message. So here you will see a sample letter format. So I'm just going to go quickly through this with you. And again, all these slides will be available to y'all after this meeting. So up at the top, you'll put the date, the month, the year. You'll address the legislator with their first and last name, their room number at the state capitol, the city, state, zip, and what this is about. This is the Texas Compassionate Use Program. So you're going to say, "Dear so-and-so, my name is so-and-so, and I am a patient who resides in your district. I want to thank you for your work in our community. I am in support of the Texas Compassionate Use Program and medical cannabis as medicine." And then here's a great where you're going to state why you support the bill or oppose it. And then you want to choose those 3 strong talking points, up to 3, that you're really going to support here, and you're going to state them really clearly. Okay. And the next line is where you're going to add something real, personal details of how your life is as a patient. So include your personal story. Tell your representative why it is important for you and how it affects you and your family members or your community. And so I can't emphasize enough where this area is really to show that window into your life as a patient or as a caretaker to a patient. And then tell your representative how you want him or her to vote on the issue and ask for a response. Be sure to include your name and address on both letter and envelope, and then sign off sincerely your name, signed, printed, and then your address and contact information. So this is a very simple letter format that we're happy to share with you. And if you are a patient that does not have the capabilities to write this testimonial on your own, we encourage you to contact our chapter and we will help you. We know many times with different levels of disability or just how you're feeling on a day-to-day basis, you just may not be able to do it, and we understand that. So we really want to encourage you to continue with trying to tell your story. Contact us, let us help you, and it's really going to help empower you and give you the energy that you need and the hope you need to really carry on this message so we can change the laws. So that is it on our legislative workshop. And again, if you want a PDF copy of this presentation, just private message us. I'll be happy to send it to you. Be sure to sign up to our newsletters. Here again is all of our social media feed. And our next online member meeting is on June 6th. And I'm going to come back to you. All right. All right, y'all. So that is it. let me go ahead and sign off. I want to thank y'all all for joining me on this Saturday morning and going through the legislative workshop with us. Thank you for being part of our community. And if you know anybody that may benefit from medical marijuana and wants to know more, please send them to our chapter. Make sure to sign up for our newsletters. And I just want to thank you all for joining us. Have a great day, and be sure to tune in later today at 1 o'clock when we have Dr. Olga Obi and Dr. Dorina Dote on to talk about veteran issues. This is Military Appreciation Month, so we will be spending this month highlighting veteran causes and issues. So thank you again, and I hope you enjoy this beautiful morning. Have a great day, y'all.